it didn't really hold the trend. But oftentimes this is something that we see about view up exhaustion, and sometimes even the moving averages on the intraday sessions, that the price range comes under or over an area, hovers around it a little bit, and then reclaims. So this is what I'm expecting to see over the next few days. Hello everybody. Over the last couple of days, the market have been a little bit slower, and so I'm trying to bring you here in this video a couple of different opportunities, because I believe that this couple of setups that I have been forming in front of our eyes are going to be extremely good for the next couple of days. Now I'm going to talk to you about a few setups on GT, APHA, not so much AMC today or stuff like that, but Mogo and a couple of names. Now we're gonna start here with APHA. You can see how we based out around these areas, and we found this little bit of support on this range here where we were flagging coming from these lows here. And so we have set a pretty decent area on this base here, and now we are trending around the prior low here when we had a gap up day on about over average volume. This is the reason why you see a yellow candle here. So we gapped up and we had above average 50-day volume on this candle. Now we're hovering around the same spot. You see this little pullback when he had a gap day down here, and we came under the 100 simple moving average. We found that support and we're bouncing right back up. So it will be something interesting to keep an eye on, the 100 simple moving average, to see if we can reclaim the area. But now holding that nice support on the trend line here around the low of this candle will be something extremely interesting to see. You can see there the 1258 low of the candle, and that will be something extremely great to see. And we're gonna jump into the GT. Right here you see how GT has come and regained the spots coming on top of the moving averages. Here we had a little bit of a pullback, but we had this base support here when it held 1345, pretty close to 1345 right here by the penny, and then a ramp up this day coming here. We can see how we have had a ceiling over the last weeks, and so now it will be something extremely important to keep an eye on this ceiling here. But look at how this 20 simple moving average have held this area, and we have found a little base around here. So we have a little bit of a channel formation here going sideways, a little bit of consolidation, and we actually came up on the 20 today here. So it will be something interesting to see and keep an eye on to see if we can break the high of these things on the $18 mark right here, hold our area, break, and follow through to the upside. If you pay attention to the volume, let's just take a look at the volume. 3.3 million on that red day, and today we had a 3.1 million, so pretty close, about 200,000 shares less than the prior day. But it will be something interesting to keep an eye on over the next few days to see if we can actually hold the strength, break, and keep moving forward with the next leg up. ACB and Tilray are wheat, right? And so this is something that I like a lot. During the intraday sessions, we had a couple of gaps here. I play the view app a lot, right? So I like to play view exhaustions and around the price range when it goes up and under the view app, change character and the price action for me to go long or short. And so looking at the prior lows here, prior support area, we had a gap up day here on this candles, a purple candle here, which means that we had a gap down day, and the volume was over the 50-day average volume. So gapping down on above average volume, and we found the same thing that was down here, the support 1 2 3 couple of times, multiple area support. Right here we dipped under, and over the last couple of days I made another video talking about this. This is called morning star. We engulfed the whole thing here, but as you notice right here, pulled back afterwards. It didn't really hold the trend. But oftentimes this is something that we see about view up exhaustion, and sometimes even the moving averages on intraday sessions, that the price range comes under or over an area, hovers around it a little bit, and then reclaims. So this is what I'm expecting to see over the next few days, that this prior support area, that we have this little dip, and this hammer area is going to give us that nice base support, and this ACB or Aurora canvas will hold and actually stay around the area to just reclaim this spot using the prior resistance, and then reclaiming the spot for it to be support again right back up. And so till rate the same way. I am going to keep an eye on till rate. If you see this nice base that we have here, 1 2, and then here 3 4 and 5, so we have multiple areas of support, and I'm gonna keep an eye on till rate, see if we can actually come right back up and reclaim the 100 simple moving average. We have also Mogo. This I have been watching for the last few days, so you can see now a hammer right here holding that 100 simple moving average and having that reversal day. If we come here and we look at the intraday session, look at how we ramp up pretty nicely, right? 15 minutes right here. And so we're going to keep an eye on the formation and the follow through over the next couple of days here. Let me see what I else was actually talking about. BLDR is something else that I'm keeping an eye on. We based around this price range. We can take it back here. You can see how we had a little bit of a support area, multiple areas of support, 1 2 3 and 4. We held that area of support, and now we're hovering around simple moving average here with a little bit of indecision. We can see a little bit of a ceiling right here, 1439, and we rejected the area 1462. We pull back a little bit, and we can see how it rejected a little price, but still I am believing that this trend is still going to be bullish as long as we can hold that 20 simple moving average and we can reclaim that. I am expecting a retest of the $18 area and come back to this areas up here where we can see the 1719s a couple of times, 1720 area, right? So 1719, 1711, 1720. So this area here, I'm expecting to have a retest up here towards the 100 simple moving average. So let me see if I can find another one that I've been watching. Many of you know that I have been watching Trading X, CLF, LCA over the last few days. Now I am looking at IBON with the same information here, and let me take this off. We can see how it's being retesting these areas, and we can find that support on multiple areas of support here, 1 2 and 3, and pushing right back up today, taking the range on the prior red candle. So it will be a good idea to keep an eye on these names over the next few days and to see how they actually moving up. OBLN, it's another name that I have an eye on because it has a pretty big range, and we have retested this area here, that support, right? And that prior area support on $2.31 have actually held, although it dipped under. These candles never closed on those days, right? And now we are retesting this 20 simple moving average. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this names, see if we can hold the trend and keep on moving higher. We have a nice range here all the way to $10.74, and you know, these names actually present a good opportunity, and I wanted to bring them to you, as well as LAC that today I traded, and also X US Steel that held that prior area of support. Down here, multiple areas of support, 1, 2, 3, and 4, holding that 50 simple moving average today. As you can see, the prior we're back here, and CLF the same thing, pushing higher. I will tell you the mining names will be something good to keep an eye on. I got a list right here that I've written them a couple of days ago. HL, FSM, they were actually going today. For example, HL, look at how it's pushing higher. We have an area consolidation right here in this range that it's probably not the greatest idea to go in for a swing as of right now, but I'm keeping an eye on them. FSM, same thing right there. Gato, all right, it's taking a little longer to give me the chart. Let's go to the next one. You can see Gato's right here on this window here. For some reason it's not giving me this window up here, but okay. EXK, same thing, they pushing higher. AGI, so I'm gonna read them to you so you can keep an eye on them. SVM right there, a little consolidation, holding the 20 simple moving average and coming right back up to this resistance here, taking it off. CDE. So I'm just sharing these names with you guys so you can keep an eye on them, because the mining areas, the mining sector seems to be getting pretty interesting. You can see that little area of support that we hold in here, and we might have this nice leg up, reclaim this 50 simple moving average and push right back up. If you notice right here, we have a pretty decent range that we can go right back up to $24, right? So GOLD, so Barrick Gold, look at how, and this is a trend line that I was actually watching, man. I forgot to mention this before. This is an area that I was watching for a breakout. Look at this nice bull flag pattern formation on the daily, holding on top of the 100 simple moving average for the next leg up here. So gold and last name GSS. So look at this, the same formation here, bull flag pattern formation, consolidation, pushing up 50 simple moving average, and right here bull flag pattern formation, next leg up, pushing right back up. So mining sector, keep an eye on them and all of those other names that I just mentioned, because they can surely be a good opportunity. Remember, these videos and this information is for educational purposes only, and I'm bringing them to you to help you understand a couple of things and bringing you a couple of ideas. This is no recommendations. I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or do none of that stuff, but to go into the positions assuming your own risk. And remember, there's always risk in the market. So for now, I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy trading, and I will see you next time.